I remember being a pastor in another city, and a friend of mine, a fellow pastor, he did a little experiment. What he did is that he got his associate, his intern pastor, to go out with a camera across the street where there's a bus shelter, and he had him stand there with the church in the background across the street. And so as people were standing there at the bus shelter, waiting for their bus, he simply asked them a question. Do you know where the nearest Adventist church is? Do you know what they are, what they believe? Nobody could answer him. They were talking to him on camera with the church in the background right over their shoulders, and they had no idea the church was there. You know, sometimes as a church, we think that everyone knows who we are. But it turns out that oftentimes people have no idea who we are, they have no idea what we believe, and we are under their radar altogether. If the church is not involved in evangelism, it will die. So what do we do? The town of Woodstock is a small city. There is a lot of farming around here. It's working class, friendly people and approachable people. There are many needs in the city of Woodstock. Needs for food, for help with addictions, family problems in the town, homelessness is here as well. But most people are isolated and alone. Our society really is lacking in those personal relationships with caring people. The Adventist Church here has been here for quite a number of years, and it's a challenge getting to be known because we've been here in this community for a long time, but people don't know who we are. So the Adventist Church has a history of innovation when it comes to evangelism. H.M.S. Richards Sr., when he, the radio ministry, that was a new thing. We're the first ones up to the plate on that one as well. But we also have ruts that we are in too. People get used to doing things a certain way. The church would give out literature, order Steps to Christ and other invitations to Bible studies. These methods end up with less and less results over time. People have been burned in the past, and so the traditional ways of doing things simply don't have the same result anymore. When I became pastor here, there was just a handful of people. They were coming out of the pandemic. As we came out of that, we had to say, well, how are we going to grow as a church, answer the call of Christ to our community? What is our mission here? Well, let's do something simple. Plant a garden. We decided that we want to do some projects where we actually get out to meet people in a way that is non-threatening, where we're not preaching at their doors. Across the church is a golf course, and around us are farmers' fields. Some members said, we got all this beautiful land out here, we should use it for something. And I said, you're absolutely right. What do you want to do? Well, you know what? Why don't we plant a garden and we can use the produce to actually give to people in the community, and then from that, win people to Christ. I said, wonderful idea, let's do it. Get the stuff in baskets, we take it out to the doors of the community, and we give it to people. Hey, we're from the local Adventist church. That's a church just over there, just over the hill. We have built a garden there, and we've got more than we can use. We want to just give it to friends and neighbors, just introduce ourselves. And then we'll go back again a couple weeks later and a couple weeks after that, bring more from our garden. And then when we do have a series in the church, we do have some meetings. We say, hey, by the way, here's some information on what we're doing this fall. Our challenge has been just getting enough people to do it. We're praying, Lord, bring more people to us. This is a small church with a small group of people trying to rebuild itself after being battered by the pandemic and battles in the church in the past decade. And then we've had our struggles in the church simply because of illness. And we've had multiple people within our church who've had injuries in car accidents. And we've had someone die of cancer here since I've been here. He was the head deacon of the church. So we're facing in a small group, something like that happens, a major health crisis, and it affects everybody.
They say teamwork makes the dream work. So Zach is here helping me.
The leader of the garden is our elder Shane. Shane is a hardworking guy who has a love for Christ. And there's a core of people here who are really strong in their faith and have the spirit that says they want to do evangelism, they want to reach out to people. They have a heart for people.
For a person who has family and a full-time job, it's very hard. I don't know how it works out, but God is in the midst of it, and when He's in the midst of it, He finds a way to work stuff out that I cannot explain. Sometimes I work a 10-hour shift and come home and still have energy to come to the garden and to do a little bit of weeding, a little bit of maintaining. And I go home spending time with my family still, and still have some more energy. Even though my day job is busy, my family life is somewhat busy, God still gives me the energy to sustain me to do whatever He has called me to. We're going out today, and we're just going to go out and hand out fruits and vegetables to our neighbors. I know they will be blessed, and you'll be blessed by handing it out to them also. Right? We're trying to build that bridge between us and them so that they can understand and know who we are. So it's simple. Smile, say hi, introduce yourselves, and then ask if they want fruits and vegetables. When they say yes, then you also give them this as a prize or the icing on the cake. Amen? Simple enough? Yeah. All right, let's go.
We're called to be a place that is magnetic because of the fellowship that we have, because people feel loved and accepted and part of a family. That's what happened in Acts chapter 2. You had this wonderful description of the church. It says, everyone spoke well of them. And it wasn't the church speaking well of itself. It was people outside the community of the church who said, wow, you know, I may not agree with their teachings about this Jesus person, but man, they're an incredible group of people. They love each other, they care for each other, and they look out for each other's needs. You know, maybe I should give this a look and see what this is about. When I came into the church, when I became baptized as an Adventist, the language was always about, when did you find the truth? It was all about the truth. Make sure you have the correct doctrines and teachings. But in a post-Christian culture, where anything and everything goes, where families are fractured and people have lost a sense of what's right and wrong, then our approach needs to be different. Where are their minds? What are they thinking? What are their values? What are their concerns? What are their problems? What are their obstacles? Let's start there. Meet people on their ground. Not expect people to make the journey to us. We make the journey to them. So I think every church has to find something that they can do that does cost them something in time and resources that is risky in their community. You got to actually get out and do it. Fall, make mistakes, learn from them, grow, continue. And in the context of those relationships that you form, then you can talk about the other things and show them the attractive nature of Jesus himself, who he was. The beautiful picture of Christ that we have within the Adventist Church.
Anything is possible Because if you think about it, you take a seed and you plant it in the ground. All you have to do is water that seed, and that seed turns into what we have, a fruit, a vegetable. If you look at it, this is what God does. He takes a seed and not much on our part, and he makes it into something beautiful like this.